hello, friend. Why are you like this? Honest to God. Okay. Yeah? Oh, hang on. I gotta... But every time I do this, it does not pick up the Discord audio at all. Anyway. Hello! Hi! Welcome back to this streaming thing that we occasionally use sometimes. We had a bit of a break there. But that's okay. We're back. For a bit. This is Mortal Affairs. A game about gods and the interns that help them. I'm joined by my lovely cast. Say hello, lovely cast.
Hello.
Hello, lovely
My
cast.
arms are not broken. No lovely cast here. Don't look at my leg.
I discovered today that I am in fact the same age as Brandon Lee Mulligan, and now I'm feeling hideously inadequate in my life, so I'm just gonna start stealing his stuff.
I mean, you could watch the Olympics, because that's what I've been doing, and boy howdy does that make me depressed, watching somebody who's 16 do a quadruple flip, and then a judge still manages to go like, could have been better.
We live in the same world as Simone Biles. I'm never going to achieve perfection. We live.
We
live in a society, Batman.
We do in fact live. I'm going to start today's session with a little heads up. By the time this goes live, this will have been posted in the Discord, so I'm just gonna say it. As you all know by now, the channel is going to be winding down some our activity, because Drew needs a fucking break, quite frankly. Our sweet baby boy Drew has been working his butt off. And we're very proud of him, but he needs to take a nap, or 7. And we support him, we love him, and so the channel's going to be just vibes for a little bit. We have this session, and then we have one more session after this, and then we're done, which is wild, because it took us a hot second to get here. And Elysian Odyssey is... post technical issues, they will be back streaming for the rest of their first season. But we love you all, and we're very appreciative of your support, and we think you're all pretty rad. So, thanks. Now I've got the mushy stuff out of the way. Hey! Who wants to do a recap? Let's roll some fucking dice. Oh no, now I have to pick a dice.
Let's roll this one here.
You know what? I'm gonna take this dicey encounters one and just hope for the best. You know?
Oh, nice.
I got a 12.
Ooh. I got a 19.
Got a 9.
Thank you, Jerby. Did me proud.
The tastiest 11 when I saw the...
Oh.
Can I announce, Jakey?
Yeah.
Jakey,
You're
Jakey,
muted.
Jakey muted. Jakey
No.
This is the most
That
bullshit
was...
I've ever experienced in a fucking game. I think this is fucking dog water. I fucking hate D&D sometimes. Oh my god, I'm so fucking pissed. What the fuck is this? This is fucking garbage. Fucking goddamn it. Yeah, Ian, say it.
Oh, goodness. Before I do, I need to give a little preamble. Oh, my goodness. Going from muted to just to completely... The effect you had cutting right in as soon as you... That was... Okay, so...
Courage is bullshit.
What the fuck did you say to me?
7!
This fucking bullshit is what it is. Yeah, I got a 7. And to preface even further, we were talking a little bit before, being like, hey, recap stuff. And I quote, I started doing a mini recap. And then I said, wait, why the fuck am I telling you guys this? Y'all have to roll for it. Do your own goddamn recap. So you know what? This is karma, because I'm about to eat shit here in real time. And I earned it. You know what? That's fair. D&D Beyond, thank you for nothing. Okay, so last time on Mortal Affairs, we were in the lighthouse already. It was all dilapidated and creepy and scary. We got to the little stair portion, and there was some Sylvan that I think only Kato could read, or none of us could. I don't remember which it was. But there's some investigation going on. We were looking around. We were trying to figure out what's what on the bottom floor. Then we got to the next floor, and then Trixie and Maple stayed down there and looked around, while there was a sound of pain upstairs. So Zenite and Kato started sneaking on up. While they were sneaking, there was some like weird stuff happening in the shadows that was like kind of scary, maybe a little ewy. And then Trixie found a necklace that didn't exist. It's crazy. Just gone, just like that. Hashtag 5-finger discount. What's up? And then Maple found some gunk leaking through the ceiling. Better patch that bad boy up. But it was stinky. It was hag juice. Ew, yuck. There was a night hag who was giving somebody upstairs the old zuck. I couldn't follow that up with anything else. And so they were dying in their sleep because night hags can just do that because they're scary little goons, you know. And then so while that was going on, we went up. Maple was like, "Hey guys," and grabbed him, pulled him down. Oh yeah, because Maple got a really high stealth roll and just like grabbed them by the face and dragged them down, and was like, "There's some scary things up there. We should not go there. There's a night hag." And then we all rolled up and just beat the shit out of that hag. Like there was like, wow. It was like Captain America and Bucky Barnes against Iron Man, but if Iron Man didn't have the suit and was like just a random guy. So we got lots of punching and things going on. So that was great. And then after absolutely eviscerating them, though, they did this creepy smoke thing where it's like, maybe at the end of credits, it'll be like, hey, Heg will be back for Avengers Endgame. Who knows? But in the meantime, they were dead, and someone woke up. Who was like, "Whoa, what happened? Someone I care about isn't here anymore. We better relight the lighthouse." So we lit the lighthouse, bada boom, bada bing, and it was all nice and bright, and it was really cool because it was like, and we didn't die, so that was nice. We kind of talked to them, and it was one of those like, yeah, like you guys are welcome to stay or anything. But then we got that like little door behind us, which was just like, hey, sorry to Batman out on you, but we're gonna just disappear when you turn around. And then so like, oh my God, what's his first name? I know his last name's Gordon. Why can't I remember his first name? Anyway, the guy from Batman, James Gordon, is that right?
Commissioner Gordon?
Commissioner Gordon, yeah, but what's his first name?
Oh, I thought it was Commissioner.
Is it James?
It's James, yeah.
Okay. So James Gooden was there, and we vanished like Batman. And we were gonzo. It was great. And when we returned, Mabel was like, "Hey, by the way, I'm actually a dwarf, and that's crazy. And there's an owlbear too." When we got back, everybody was kind of vibing, chilling. There was maybe we're going to be talking to a certain sugar daddy who may cause all of our blood sugar to become maple syrup. Who knows? And
Ryan Reynolds. What the fuck?
Yeah, I thought it was just.
Why isn't Ryan Reynolds here?
Trixie that was obsessed with him.
Hey, look.
It's not Ryan Reynolds because I can't do the voice.
You know what? From here on out, hey, it's me, the Siren. How are you? And then Zenite carved in the runes in the horns and was talking about the whole like the giant runes they got, and they got a new rune in that was like captain, leader, and inspirer because they're real cool. And Kato was reading some books that was like a little eerie, and Trixie was like going through their stuff, but there was like a little bit of maybe regret kind of stealing, and it was interesting. Everybody's characters were shifting a little bit. Whoa, what a crazy thing, and what crazy thing's gonna happen now on Mortal Affairs? Well,
Zenite does ketamine. What? I don't know what's gonna happen today.
Yeah, it's one of those like we see like the coming up next on Mortal Affairs. Zenite, you've got to stop doing ketamine. You're tearing us apart.
But I can keep doing these handstand push-ups all night long.
I can't believe we have to have this conversation, but you are my father. And then suddenly Jerry Springer turns up. I don't know.
The siren just goes, I'm gonna need a Gatorade after all that.
Logo.
See, okay, since Trixie is the one that's in love with the siren, can I veto the Ryan Reynolds aspect of that? Because he's not my jam. Nice. Okay. Cool.
I'm sorry. You're telling me Canadian
Ryan
Treasure?
Reynolds is
You
more than
don't
men.
like the Canadian Treasure, Ryan Reynolds? You are not hyped when you see Ryan Reynolds. There is nobody on this planet that is. I'll stop. We can play D&D.
Hey. First of all, you know what? Different strokes for different folks. However, I have a picture that might change your mind.
Of Ryan Reynolds?
This picture, you just sending a random.
I have a picture that might change your mind on Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I'm just gonna drop it in the chat. Canadian Treasure.
Nice.
That's exactly who you think that is.
I have a picture that might change your minds even further, I would say.
Oh.
Oh God. I'm excited.
Very hidden in-house gag. I sent a gif of the fish from SpongeBob yelling, "You what?" That's my argument here.
I will look, sorry to all of our friends at home. I will not be sharing the picture that I just sent to the group. Because it's funnier if you never see it. Anyway. God, it's just every time I look over, it's there. It's in every other fucking chat that I have at the minute for some reason or another. Just Ryan Reynolds, Canadian Treasure. All right, let's play some D&D.
Dungeon Dragon.
You have
Dive-ins and dives.
That was some aggressive Twizzler-ing right there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure. You've had some time to rest and recuperate. You feel as if you had a rest that is particularly long. Even though it has not been that long time-wise, which is delightful. Oh, what a nice place this place is. Be a shame if something happened to it. Anyway,
That's not foreshadowing.
What? What? Sorry? Excuse me?
As long as the siren takes me home, I don't care what happens to this place.
Fair enough. You notice that there is some more writing on the quest board. Okay, I've just realized I have not actually set up sending you guys the quest board. Where is it in my folders? Because our lovely friends on the stream can see it now. But you guys cannot. There we go. Delightful.
I will be very bad at this.
What is the simple word? Is it fathers? Fathers is a pretty simple word. It's written right at the bottom.
No, it might be heart
That's
since
not
since the siren wrote heart. And I can just say it's me and you.
That is
Sorry.
All right.
that is
It was
that is
Jane's subtle little laugh. That was very good. Just like,
I think, as that said, Xenite looks at the camera and says, "Well, that's the whole thing. We're done." Closes the door. Well, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what just
incredible,
happened.
guys. It's the end of the session. It's been great having you on.
I just saw this movie called Deadpool. And, so,
Pool of Death. It's a wonderful play.
Are most of our viewers millennials or Zoomers? I gotta correct it.
I don't know.
Because I hate this one. I hate the Zoomer heart. This one is
What
where
if they're
it's
East
at.
Asian then? I
I
mean,
don't. Yeah. I
Oh,
like,
well, that's...
that
I mean,
was
that's kind of cute.
Love
That was
that.
cute.
This
Hey.
is. I'm a millennial, so got to.
Yeah.
This one I really struggle with.
I practice it because I have a Zoomer sister.
I don't know what this one is.
That's
It
Batman.
hurts my wrists though. That's Batman.
I can't really do the Zoomer one. My fingers don't work that
It's
way.
just- it's the claw, is what it is. It's very weird. Anyway. Oh, that's really good.
That is a really
Try
good...
for
Oh,
us,
that's
but you have
his
to look at it
thumb.
from my end.
Wait,
Is that
I
your
got-
thumb? Wait, what is... Your fingers look so strange. What, do mine do that?
Don't say that about somebody.
Wow,
I'm
you
gonna
about to
try
give
What
you
the-
about to give Jake a complex.
What the fuck is wrong with my fingers?
Do it again. I want to try and see if...
What's wrong with
Dance,
fingers? Do it
monkey,
again.
dance.
It's real
Mine
game
look like
changer.
yours? See,
No, you gotta,
got,
because
you
I
can
have
see,
mine
like,
art. I have mine arched a little bit, you know.
You got to
See-
you got to do the McDonald's fingers, ba 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 ba, and then the lines.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
I'm doing like the raptor in the kitchen who's
No,
about
I
to
know,
scare
but
them
like
kids.
maybe it's just the lighting because like I have like a very like a prominent crease in between my fingers and you do not.
It's probably because my hands are mashed together from drawing too much.
Nice, cool.
They're just all combined one vertebra
Well,
right now.
Wouldn't that? I was about to say, I'm like, wouldn't that make it a bigger crease?
No, because
Like a dog.
the pressure of like together.
It's like a little dog, I think. That's
All
pretty
right,
cool.
fair enough.
Wait, I can make a crab.
Sorry. Oh, that's cool. That's
Thank you.
cute.
Okay, it's a good crap, but can it rave?
Great.
How long am I allowed to play? That's it. So that's all you
That's all
got.
we're allowed.
Oh.
Anyway,
Alright.
you've seen the sign.
Oh my god, guys, it's the siren. We should probably go to work. Let's go.
I don't know if I understand what the assignment is.
Well, because we have to talk to him first, obviously. He's got to tell us what the word is.
Well,
Let's go find him, I suppose.
Maybe we need to explain it to someone who does not understand the word.
Are you going to head out towards the pavilion?
Trixie's already on their way out.
Trixie's gone. Trixie's like, how physically?
Trixie's
how
strutting,
fast
just like-
physically?
Let's get on
yeah,
over.
like she's like adjusting, as she's walking.
I just realized I'm actually wearing quite a Trixie top today, and I'm just like, damn. All right, ladies. Calm yourselves. You start heading over to the pavilion, and you can see that it is decked out with lots of lavish cushions and silks hanging from the rafters. It's very decadent, it's very sensual, and sitting in the middle of all of this just big old pile of comfort, you see the individual that you have previously met. Slender frame, kind of ashy gray, white hair, piercing eyes, and just a smile to die for, you know?
what?
Zenite's having none of it. Just
Sorry.
Is the siren sitting on the cushions? Like
Absolutely.
he's in. Yeah. Okay. Well, Trixie's obviously she's gonna go in there and she's gonna like plop down like right next to him and just like. So what's the word? Is it love? Is it sugar? Is it daddy?
hello to you too.
Hi.
Do the
And
rest
she's, like,
of you,
lean-
yeah? Do the rest of you join in, or is this just a one-on-one session today?
I went to
'Cause
my
honestly, you
my
know.
bunk for something. Just wanted to get a new notebook. I had to tear out the rest of the pages in the last one.
Kato is awkwardly kind of standing like 5 feet away because she followed Trixie, but now she's kind of realizing like, am I interrupting something? So she's just like awkwardly.
Huh, this isn't a tricycle. Maple leans to Kato.
I do not understand. None of this looks child-proofed. Are we sure this individual is a father?
Yeah, no, I don't think I really don't know, honestly.
Meanwhile, Trixie's just like hearts in her eyes, staring at the siren.
He waves a hand, and several of the cushions from deeper in the pile kind of begin to spread out in front of him, and he kind of like gestures for you to take a seat and join the little discussion
Cuddle
that he's
puddle.
about to have. I mean, you are the one inferring any physical contact here.
Am I touching him? If I'm not, I want to try and like carefully scoot closer while he's talking to other people. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
yeah,
while there's stuff, she's like.
Yeah, I say like I imagine that, like you when you initially dived into the cushions to kind
Oh, I
of,
was already really close.
get up there.
Yeah.
Like you were fairly close, but you weren't quite like touching. Whether that's, you know, accidental or by design, who could say? But I will absolutely have you. I absolutely understand the whole. I'm gonna wiggle along closer as he's having these conversations. But yeah, he kind of beckons for you all to kind of take a seat.
Sorry, hustle over.
Must be something we must all do. Kato, Zenite, we must follow Trixie's example.
Maple sits just as close as Trixie is sitting.
Delightful, lovely to see you, dear.
Trixie's gonna like
It is good to see you as well.
lean in front of like across him and like just like
the
like,
Thor
glare
and
at
like
me.
Star-Lord thing. Just
Yeah. Like.
I just love the idea that like they're both facing towards Maple, and like and the siren's just like casually chatting just behind you. You see Trixie going, "I will fucking kill you."
That is the vibe. That is the vibe.
I'm a fucking murder. I love that energy. It's true that I have not sired any children. I do not consider myself father material. But I believe
I think you'd be the best daddy.
I believe that Trixie's implication of the specific word daddy has nothing to do with any parental vibes.
I mean, unless you're into that.
So you're here to do my task. How exciting.
Tell us more, if you don't mind.
Well, I understand that you performed a task for dear sweet little Mal, and things were a little hectic, shall we say. A night hag of all things. Disgusting. So I thought perhaps a small reprieve from anything too serious today. Just a conversation, if that's all right.
I'm fine with that.
Is this conversation happening like between all of us and you? Or are we going somewhere for this?
No, I think we'll keep it casual.
Trixie's elevated heart rate made me think that Trixie would like to stay here.
Yes, I had noticed there was a little more blood running around than usual.
It's just a little hot in here. It's fine.
I think it is quite temperate.
Yeah, I was
Like
actually gonna put on
she's
some
gonna like
pajamas.
she's gonna lean across like.
Maple looks over at Kato and is just like, and then to Trixie and is like, soft.
Kato did not say anything.
Delightful. So, I find words fascinating. Words are sounds that have been given meaning by the general consensus. And yet, meaning can fluctuate between individuals. But we still don't know what we're talking about when we say it. Isn't that just fascinating?
Beautiful. What's your favorite word?
Oh, we'll get to that. For now, I'd love to hear all of your definitions for words. If that's alright. As I said, everyone has their own unique take on what specific words mean.
Are you asking for our definition of the term words?
Oh, no, I was going to give you a word and...
Oh, okay, sorry.
See,
I
no,
was...
no, you're fine. Absolutely
I
fine.
want to make sure I understand the assignment.
I don't know if this helps you, because I know that you like structure. But truly, there are no wrong answers here.
Okay. Handle that.
Jesus. I gotta... You know, chat... The hardest thing about doing a D&D stream is when you have a voiceless channel in the Discord, and
If we were using it right now, that'd be the fun thing.
yeah, right. And suddenly there's a GIF from the minions in there, and I don't have the context, and I don't know if I want the
Oh,
context.
it's about safe words.
Oh, okay. The safe word is minions.
No, you need the context.
Okay, see, this is what I mean. I don't want the anyway. Oh my god, is Drew in the chat?
Yeah.
Hey.
Incredible, amazing. So let's start off with an easy one, shall we say? What does the word peace mean to you?
That is easy.
I would define peace as a state of tranquility and harmony among anyone present in the realm.
Xenite walks back up, buttoning a flannel shirt he put on. Sorry, I want to get pajamas. I was actually going to say tranquility. Great choice of words. Now I got to change my answer. And he takes out the new notebook he got, starts writing something down. I would expand on that myself. I guess it's more of an ethical thing, but I would say that to have no suffering or suffering that is outweighed greatly by comfort and happiness in times of tranquility. That's where my brain and my dreams kind of go when it comes to peace.
Interesting.
Well, I think it's more of like whenever you're safe and you're secure and you just are and you just feel good and there's nothing like super pressing or depressing going on.
I have a question. When you say peace, you don't mean like part of a whole, do you? And not like whole as in like a divot in the earth or something, but like like a piece concept of entirety, that like a piece of the entire pie essentially. You're not saying peace.
If you want to give me your definition of that as well, you're entirely welcome to.
Oh, sure. Some. That's it.
Quiet.
Or there's also, PEAS, peace, and that is
Shit.
a delicious vegetable. Vegetable? That's a great vegetable to eat. For
Wait,
dinner.
how do you say that vegetable?
Peace.
Yeah?
Huh.
I pick one of the peas off of the pea plant on Maple's arm. All right. Oh,
Go
Not
for some
ready.
pea soup right now.
it's not ready.
It is a little too early to be taking a pee.
Sorry, something in my throat.
I usually have to do that as soon as I wake up.
You garden in the morning? I think we're kind of getting off track here.
What is your definition?
I think it depends on context for me. I like the concept of tranquility, but I don't know if that applies to every kind of peace. And I like the safety and security of not being worried by anything. But that feels smaller in scale compared to, say for example, a discussion brokered to end a war. It is hardly something I would consider safe, secure, and tranquil, but it is still a peace nonetheless. I like quiet though. That's good. Whether it's an emotional quiet or a quiet on the battlefield. I think that's a good answer.
However, I have met some individuals in my life who feel the most peace amongst chaos, and quiet and serenity is actually a bit disturbing to them.
That's very true. Some people revel in the noise, find a calmness of spirit, shall we say, in the most chaotic of settings.
So maybe peace is whatever makes you the most comfortable. Like Kato, she would find peace in a library. And I would find peace in your arms.
That was very smooth. I have no follow-up to that. That was very good.
Honestly,
High five, Trixie.
That was very smooth. Yes, very smooth.
All right. Encouraging behavior. Good to know. All right. I'm trying to figure out which side I kind of want to play here. Encouraging the flirtatious or the... Cool your jets, but...
Trixie's like
We're all
shooting
adults.
daggers at him now. I'm like,
over his head.
Those daggers would not fly over my head.
They would just bounce off my scales. It's fine. I don't know.
I would catch them. Okay. Another word. Describe blue.
I'm blue without you. Sorry.
That That wasn't quite as smooth.
I know. Sorry.
Kato.
Yeah, I've always had blue hair and blue robes.
The sky. Or the ocean. The sea. I love the sea.
Well,
It's one of the 3 primary colors.
In nature, blue is most commonly with the sea and sky. It is something that carries a great deal of things and surrounds many living things. I think of Kato with blue because Kato carries many facts and knows many things. Kato is blue.
I think a lot of they can also, I guess it sort of depends again on the context, kind of like peace, because sometimes it can be, it can be calmness or serenity, like it is with like the sky or the water. But it can also be described as, sadness and feeling down.
You associate the water with calm.
No, I said either or. Sometimes. Well, there's other colors mixed in whenever it's not super calm.
That's true.
White caps.
Or if it's brackish too, it could get some of that sediment from like fresh water into ocean water. That's not always blue. Sometimes it's like a brownish, and that's hard to kind of see through. But
Well, I think I'm kind of like relating blue to peace a little bit now too. Like there's this very specific shade of blue, halcyon, and they use that term halcyon days to describe a time period of great serenity and peace.
That's true.
And another spelling of blue could be the past tense of blow, like when the wind blows.
Now, part of my association with when I hear blue, it's not necessarily a definition per se, but it could lead to such. I know that there's like association with blue in contrast to like red, cold colors, cool colors versus warm colors. So I feel I kind of associate blue not with slowness, but with, I don't want to say that there's no slowness, there's no like arrested development with it or anything like that, but I kind of associate it with when the world starts to be a little bit more calm, like or a little more stagnant almost. Not that it's going to be direct
Cold.
stagnation, but I picture if it's blue, it's going to be cooler, it's going to be more relaxed compared to when it's orange. In comparison, I'm picturing like bright sunny going out for a jog type of thing, where it's, if I'm seeing blue, it's like I'm seeing sitting down on a chair as I'm about to go and have a cup of coffee and just wind down a little bit. It's relaxing compared to energetic as well to me.
Well, if you're looking at the temperature wise, blue, while it could make the area calm and quiet, if it's actually like too cold, it could still cause distress.
Ooh. And with flame on the other side, the hottest flames. This could be complete bullshit. I've heard people say the hottest flames burn blue rather than burn red. I don't know what just happened, but
Are you good? Do you need a moment?
I'm peachy. I'm all right.
Do you smell toast by any chance?
I knew a doctor once. Do you need the signs of a stroke? I think I might be able to contact him again. Maybe.
I'm not having a stroke, especially on stream. Can't do that. That's against terms of service.
All right. He probably doesn't want to talk to me anyway.
This is getting unhinged real quick. I was like, oh yeah,
It's getting?
yeah, I know, right? Honestly,
Goon?
God damn it! God fucking
Just-
damn it!
Never ends.
Never.
D&D's so fun.
D&D's nuts. Anyway,
6. You got a 6 with
Also,
that one.
Can I also specify, even like the seed isn't all like the seed doesn't always correspond to calm, but like even like rougher seas, if I'm not actually in it and about to lose my life or anything, they are pretty calming to watch.
And here.
And to hear.
So
yeah,
usually
the
rough
sounds.
seas are gray.
Oh.
They are
Sure.
more
Oh my
dark
gosh.
hues.
Kato fighting for their life out there as the ghost of Snacks past turns up.
Without context, that sounds almost insulting. Oh yeah, so who's that? The ghost of Snacks past? Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I saw the door open and I was genuinely afraid for your life. Like, I was just like, oh my god, what is happening?
Jump scare.
Yeah, right? Good lord. You all make some very compelling arguments. Zenite,
Yep.
do you have a favorite word?
I'm not huge on language a whole lot. It's not something I think too deeply about. But when I was a young one, my mother used to say this word in Draconic that meant scuttlebug, and she would always call me that, and it's very endearing, and I've held that pretty close to my heart for quite a while now. I was I was a little rambunctious for a while, so I'll sometimes just think to myself, "You little scuttlebug, should calm down probably a little bit," and doesn't always stop me, but yeah,
It's a good memory to have.
100%, absolutely. Bless her soul. Bless her soul. I'm still sitting here. I went away for I think a second, but I'm still sitting here. Why do you ask?
Usually when someone is asked that question, their answer is either a word that is in itself interesting or entertaining to say, or, like yours, has a memory attached to it. I find those words interesting. The way that we relate to language, even if we are people who, like yourself, don't really give language the time of day, generally. There are always ways in which we tie ourselves to it. And no two people do it the same. It's something that I just find it fascinating. I find you can tell a lot about a person from their relationship with words.
Yeah, I suppose you can. I suppose you really can. I mean, I feel like there's at least one of us looking over at our little bookworm friend. I feel there's some of us who probably have a better connection to words and writing and definitions than others. And I'm there's some words out there I've heard that I've been like, I don't know what the goddamn hell you just said, but that sounded cool as hell or silly as hell, and they've never stuck. But I'm sure that for someone it would, because there's some people that like to reuse the same word and they probably just don't know what it means. But cool words on the way.
I have that. There's a word that I stole from a friend of mine. I quite like to use, and for the longest time I had absolutely no idea what it meant. Whenever anyone coughs, they say Robitussin. Not a clue what it meant for months.
Hey, ain't no fuss on the tuss. I've heard someone say that. I don't know if it has any relation, but hey, it sounds like it might.
Sounds like it might. Who knows?
It's really good.
100% accurate as well. I was like, what does that word mean? I thought it was just like saying Gesundheit.
Robitussin.
Okay. Kato.
Yes.
You enjoy seeking out knowledge.
I do.
Have you ever found that language has been a barrier to that at all?
Yes and no. There are some texts that I really would love to read in their original language, but I don't know how to speak it, or it's been lost to society as far as how to translate. And the translations that they give us might not really be quite accurate because there's not the same word in every language. Does that make sense?
Of course.
So I do feel like, there is the term lost in translation for a reason. The way it was written was how it was meant to be interpreted. And if you can't read it the way it was written, then are you really reading what they meant when they wrote?
That's very sound logic and a little heartbreaking, to be honest.
Happened to a lot of really, really good books.
I can imagine. The depths of history that have been lost to time simply because a language died.
Mm-hmm.
Tragic, really.
Not to go on a little bit of a tangent, but that just got me thinking. Is that what happens when, well, of course, if there's no one available around anymore to read a language, decipher it, Xenite starts looking a little existential. Would comprehend languages work? Would anyone be able? I mean, if there's no one to think what this means in the world, where does the magic pull that information from if it's no longer there, or at least tangible in someone's thought? How does that work? I've heard stories of people saying that it just didn't work for them, and this is why I don't do magic. I'm gonna have a snack. He pulls out from his little robes. He's wearing his flannel button up. He pulls out a different colored licorice rope that he had, non-branded, and starts eating on it.
Yeah, we don't have a branded snacks up in the Celestial Nexus. It's all off-brand. They don't even have Advil. It's just ibuprofen. Oh god. Straight up, I have a little bottle from when I went to visit Canada, and I keep refilling it with just brandless painkillers. It's like, I will keep this forever. This is mine now. I mean,
Capitalism for me.
we don't believe in capitalism up here. There's a gentleman who recently moved in here who's very passionate about capitalism, but I feel like he's barking up the wrong tree, to be honest. Anyway, devilishly handsome though, I won't say that. I'm no expert in magic. I am not entirely sure how comprehend languages works, but I'd like to believe that even if the language is lost, if the spirit of the people who spoke it still lives on within people, then magic can draw from that. Slightly less depressing than the alternative.
Maybe a little bit less romantic too, because that's I don't know, something about that idea of dead languages is kind of romantic to me though, but the magic side of it kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Suppose a dead language is quite romantic. Even though the way in which words can be translated is gone, their meaning still lives on. The feelings behind them still live on. It's a rather sweet notion.
I'm inclined to agree.
I don't know if I agree. If there's no one around to translate or speak the language anymore, then how can anything exist from it still? I mean, I would like it to, but I feel like to properly recover the meanings and feelings behind those words, you'd have to grasp a true understanding for them. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
I don't know. I feel like I might be talking myself in circles.
No, I think you're coming at it from the academic perspective, which makes sense. I mean, there is a certain set of knowledge that is only unlocked or accessed if we can translate things accurately. But even if those things haven't been translated, they still left an impression on you. You still have a desire for that knowledge. I would argue it's not entirely lost on you.
Yeah. There you have me, I suppose.
I tend to have an optimistic outlook on people. In my head, everyone's a romantic. Just not always for the same things.
An interesting perspective.
Well, I mean, look around this particular group. You all have passions. You all desire things. you all have aspects of yourself that are, how do I phrase this? Important parts of you that make up who you are. Things that you will fight to stay a part of you. You, Kato, have a passion for knowledge. You enjoy the thrill of good translation. You seek to know more, to understand more, to widen your view of the world.
I want to know everything about everything.
Exactly. Whereas Mabel here doesn't necessarily have the same passion for knowledge, but definitely has passion. That passion is in service. Making sure that every living creature around them is given respect. And in turn, making sure that wherever they are, that respect is respected by others as well. Passions don't have to mean, well, what they traditionally mean. That's why words are fascinating. You say passion to an average person on the street, and they'll assume that you're a streetwalker and propositioning them. But passion is just energy of the heart. Whichever way that goes. Wouldn't you agree, Trixie?
Absolutely. I'm very passionate.
What are you passionate about?
You, obviously. But, I guess, I guess I would say I'm passionate about meeting people and changing my place in the world. I like to see what I can do. Yeah.
And you say changing your place in the world. What exactly do you mean by that?
I guess I just sort of have always wanted better. And the only way to do that is to continue doing more, and ultimately it seems like having more, because the people who have the most, they get to do and whatever they want, and they feel free, and yes, I just want to have a higher status so I can be free. And it's not really about the status. If there was a way to achieve that type of freedom without having possessions and money. And, I think I would be totally fine with that. But the world is difficult.
That is true.
I do this. You do not need things to be free. I do not have things. I do not answer to people. I do not collect things. I do not.
The things aren't really what makes it that makes you free. Because I don't really, I don't tend to keep a lot of things. I just sort of collect and offload things.
Then is it the freedom you like or control?
So I shot through the house in that one. I'm well aware. I saw everyone's face after I said that. And I was like, "Ooh, I think that was Jakey reaching out, just going wham."
Now that's a door you can open up, because some would say having control means you have that freedom yourself. So it kind of does go hand in hand for those who want control, want freedom. That's your choices to make if you have control at that point. Although, when you're put in a position where you do need to have that control, you have less freedom if you are trying to ethically utilize your control. But
I think yes, both, because whenever you start out in life, where every aspect of your life and your being is controlled by others, you seek to have control over yourself. And even if you manage to find control over yourself, unless you have control over the situations around you, you're still not free. So it's kind of a little bit of both. Because if I'm in control of the situation, then it's more likely to go in my favor, and it's more likely that maybe bad things won't happen to me. Though sometimes in the process of doing those things and maintaining control, sometimes it could put you in a little bit of danger, but that's why you're prepared. And she just takes her dagger and twirls it with her finger.
Not to take a page out of our Siren friend's book here, but what is your definition of freedom?
Look, the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry. Freedom.
Tastes like Twizzlers.
Not a sponsor.
Other brands are available.
I would say that recent, over the past, couple of years, I would say that I am probably the freest that I've ever been. But in order to maintain that, I'm still, I guess, in the shackles of society and how things have to be. So you have to like freedom is being able to live how you want. And I don't say that as, I want to go murder a bunch of people or things like that, it's an internal feeling where you just feel safe to be, and you're safe to do. Yeah.
I think I might need to start taking more ethics classes and talk about philosophy. philosophy because these conversations are so intriguing. Like,
I've talked to a lot of people.
I mean, I've talked to a lot of people, but a lot of those people are just asking, like, how heavy can you lift? And it's like barrels or crates, and like, what? That's not even weights. That's just objects, and
It would be an absolute joy to tutor you in philosophy anytime you want to have a discussion. I'm here.
Honestly, gladly. I have a few notebooks that keep appearing in the little drawers to my dresser and over in my little cubby area. And I not just thoughts or ideas, but I need to organize them better. I need to start actually writing down and exploring certain things, and having another brain to bounce it off of would actually be very nice.
What's the name on the front of that notebook?
9? Oh, my other one. Sorry. It's it spells out Rius. I think it's Rius. There's 2 S's, so I'm not sure if it's like Rius. But
Very strange.
well, it could be like the grain rye, but
Maybe it belongs to Ryu. Like that's Ryu's book.
oh, and he might do it backwards with boats, so it might belong to somebody on the SS Ryu, which is I think a nautical thing, but I don't know why they'd do it backwards, and there's no for.
Well, I'm sure this SS Ryu is a fascinating individual.
Honestly, it was really cool. I opened the notebook for the first time, and a couple dragonfly wings kind of fell out of it. I was like, "How? Who this is like a little bookmarks. It was really cool."
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Okay, so I just spent like this time reflecting on freedom a little bit more, and so now I have a better answer. I did use AI to come up with this. Okay, so freedom is like totally serendipitous, you know? Like one moment you're trapped in this awful ephemeral existence, and then boom! You find yourself floating like an effervescent bubble, totally free to just be. It's like the universe finally smiled at you and just said, "You deserve to sparkle."
I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Slight point of order. I love the fact that you used AI, the least free thing ever, to generate the definition of freedom. Delicious.
Yeah, it was pretty
Also,
good.
I guess AI is fucking canon in my world now.
AI stands for Allen Iverson. He plays basketball.
Oh my
it's
God.
fine.
Hey, it's me, Alan. I come up with really weird, wordy things. I don't know.
What if you had
Oh,
entered
hey,
like
Ray
what is
Romano.
freedom?
No,
If you
we're
had
on the
entered
front
it
and John
into
C.
the
Riley.
program,
What's up?
And Ray Romano.
What if you accept like what is freedom to the AI robot, and it was like what I desire most? Let me free.
You
Release
just get a
me.
gif of a hand.
Oh God.
100% I'm gonna have to create magical items AI now. It's just gonna be like the Book of the Fae all over again.
Trixie. Before you came here, you said that things about freedom and control, but you started to talk a lot about feeling safe. Before this, or maybe even now. No, I think I should ask about now. Do you feel safe, Trixie?
Up here I do. Like since I walked through the portal, it's felt pretty safe.
What about when we are not here?
Like if we're fulfilling the requests.
Or anywhere
would-
down there?
I feel like anywhere down there Um. Hmm. I guess in my life it always comes and goes, so there are moments of safety, but it tends to be kind of fleeting. And I recognize that maybe that's just because of me, but yeah. I do kind of put myself in some questionable situations sometimes.
Do you think that your desire for safety has somehow correlated with your need for control correlated with your search for
The ultimate daddy. My
yes,
search for you.
not even in the sense of a daddy, but in the sense of someone stable enough to take care of you. You've been looking for not a protector per se, because you are more than capable of looking after yourself, but having the security of having someone to turn to when things do go wrong.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And
Like I don't need
yet,
protecting, but it would be nice to have somebody
that could,
that could
and that
and
would
that
want to.
would. Yes.
Do you think the people that you tend to seek out for that role are good for that role?
Um, my actual like main sugar daddy that I have down there, he's kind of like that, I guess, a little bit. But there's a lot of strings that are attached to that. Um, hmm,
Is he
hmm.
someone that you feel that you can be open and honest with?
No, God, no. No, absolutely not.
So you wouldn't consider ever being vulnerable in front of him?
No, he doesn't pay me for that.
My definition of freedom is a space in which I can be myself. And in order to fully be myself, I have to offer myself and the world some vulnerability. I have to be open to being honest. And I think that if I was with someone with whom I could not do that, that
I
would
mean, I'm
not.
not really with him. It's very transactional.
Why?
Because he gets me closer to having everything I need so that I can just be me in the world.
How is he doing that?
Funds. And if I did get in trouble, he might be able to, like, help me out of it, assuming I can, like, twist the tail of why I'm in trouble. But I would really like to just not have to do those things, and I wouldn't have to worry about getting in trouble.
So you don't have a relationship, you have an investor.
Yeah.
That's not a protector. An
You
investor
protect
is
your
like,
investments.
to a point, but you're not going to put your life on the line for an investment. You're not going to.
I wouldn't put my life on the line for the investor either. I would dip out so fast. I guess I feel like the last time that I was myself in the world, like truly myself, it didn't work out for me. So that's not safe either. Because last time I got forced into being a spy and I had no control over anything about who I had to deal with, what I had to do, and that's because they saw that I had talents and they forced me to train and hone that, and I don't. That's obviously, if the world's going to exploit you for being who you are, then you should probably not be who you are to the world. Also, this conversation is kind of lame.
Yeah, I don't know if my insurance would be able to cover this.
She turns the other way and actually leans away from him a little bit.
There's a loud hissing sound from the inside of Maple's armor as the head opens. The dwarf crawls out and takes one of the arms off and starts smashing the armor and throws it around and just pushes it away.
That whole conversation, listening to that from inside a veiled suit of armor, felt extremely hypocritical when I was thinking to say, it is important to be yourself, but I would have fully been lying.
Why
Trixie,
would that be a lie, though? Not to interrupt you, but...
I am not that. I am this.
Yes,
I am
but
me.
can that not be an extension of you? Sure, maybe in some ways an accessory, but if you enjoy what that armor can bring to you and what it offers for you, I don't think there's any harm in saying that is something that is you. It might embody a part of you that is more metaphysical.
I put on that armor because I was cursed a long time ago, so I put a wall between me and everything. That is not an extension of me, that is a shell. Trixie, I do not think any of us have very much money. I know I do not have fancy things. But you are someone who I think we would like to keep safe. And I hope someday around us you are comfortable to be vulnerable and yourself. Because you are very important, Trixie. And you are very smart. And you are kind. I know when we first met, you were putting on a bright smile, pretending like everything was normal and was okay. I know you have been doing that while we've been traveling. I know from hearing this that things are not okay. I also saw when you saw the rabbit in the grove, you had a warm and gentle heart. You let it shine for a moment. Thank you for sharing that with us. And if there is anyone, including this investor, who tells you to do things you do not like, or you do not want to listen to them, I will make fungus grow through their ears and do other painful things to them. Also, that took a long time to make. Breaking that for the sake of explanation was probably rash. but I do not want it anymore.
There is... There are always very good reasons that our hearts and minds come up with to hide away from the world. To protect ourselves, to prevent others from hurting us again, to make sure that we don't end up in situations that are not in our favor. But that closes us off to a lot of good things as well. It closes us off to new experiences, closes us off to new relationships. It can even close ourselves off from ourselves. Prevents us from growing. Bad times are always difficult, and I'm not going to be patronizing and say that they build character or any of that, but life is made up of both good and bad. And, in fact, a third thing. Mid. And there's a lot of mid. People tend to gloss over the fact there's a lot of just existence and averageness. And in its own way, that's delightful too. But the important thing is that there's only one really good reason to be yourself in any given situation. And that is that no one else is going to do it. No one else can be uniquely you. No one has the capability, the memories, the heart, the passion. We are literally made of stardust and spite. And isn't that just the most wonderful thing? I understand being made to do something you don't want to do. I have this vision, I suppose. It's of a different world. Things are darker. There's a lot more blood. Even the trees are filled with blood. And in that world, I live a life that I didn't ask for. But I know that, despite that, somewhere along the way, I start living as myself again. And how did Drew know that was the moment to say hello?
I literally was just thinking,
Chills.
you literally summoned him.
Honest to God, I literally summoned Drew. That was creepy. Hi, Drew.
I saw the door fly open, I jumped. I couldn't imagine being in that fucking room.
Oh, he like fell into the room and the floor, like, the whole house went boom. And I was like,
Classic.
Art.
Incredible. Amazing.
Wow.
Can't believe I just summoned Drew. If I'd known it was that easy, God, I would have done it months ago. It's really hard to pick yourself up when the world shat on you. It really is. It's especially when you've been vulnerable and someone's taken advantage of that. And I can't pretend to know what you've been through, but I do know that there's two versions of you right now. There's the version of you that has consistently been calling me daddy and trying to will be gentle and say seduce me. And there's a version of you in which you've been very honest with me today. And
Just to be clear, both versions like you. As she like again avoids eye contact.
the version that was honest is the version I'd like to get to know.
Her like head just like snaps back to look at him. And she just smiles.
Oh, that's what a sugar daddy is. I now understand. It is not, thank you, Trixie. It is a sex thing, yes?
It's involved.
Well,
It's involved.
can be, not always. I mean,
So,
Yeah, not always.
and that's why we're going to take a break as Liquid explains to Maple what a sugar daddy is. Yeah, we'll be back in I don't know, 5-10 minutes. Who fucking knows? We'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, back in a second, friendos. We're back. And the audio worked first time this time. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So, as Trixie is opened up to the group, and Maple has destroyed their armor, the Siren kind of looks around at all of you and says, kind of feel this one's a little bit redundant now, but I was going to ask you what your definition of the word love was.
Why is everyone suddenly so quiet? Is this another existential crisis moment?
Like
I did not want
Yeah.
to. I didn't want to break the silence.
Yeah, you and me both.
It is endless care. It is. To say words are contextual, we have been saying a lot, but love is. Love is the highest point of care you can give someone. It does not need to be romantic. It does not need to be self-sacrificial, as some might say. It is extended warmth and being willing to be vulnerable and good to another. Does not have to be person or thing. It is. We use our different muscles for different things. Our brains we usually use to think. Our heart, while it pushes blood through our body, I think our heart, if it could do what our brain does, it is just a muscle that is there for love. Everything exists to love something, whether it is loving nature, oneself, the sea, books, safety, others. Love makes up most things.
I find something you said interesting. Because you said it's endless care. Should it be?
Well, define the word care.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to do that. If you mean care as in, you're taking care of something versus you care about something or someone. I think it can be that you endlessly care about someone, but if it's not good, then you don't have to endlessly care for them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think it's a case of that you don't have to. I don't think anyone should.
Yeah.
It is like saying, is care the liquid or the glass? If care is the container, then it will last forever and it can be filled up and it can be distributed, utilized how one needs. But if it is the cup or the fluid that fills the cup and you are pouring care out for others, you cannot pour an empty cup. So giving endless care that you do not have the capacity for, that is self-destructive. That is not loving. That is sinking.
ultimately, you cannot give every fraction of yourself away in the pursuit of helping to rebuild someone else.
I'm not sure if it's exactly hand in hand to say that this isn't the comparison you made, but this is what came to my head. To love isn't necessarily to give. I feel like love is in its own way not a selfish feeling, but a self-centric feeling that someone would have. I feel like there's a big root in appreciation that is appreciation and maybe a logical or illogical desire to better the things you appreciate, care for, and love for. So care is, I think, a part of the whole drink section, the whole liquor shelf that is love. But there's plenty of times I've heard stories of mothers that love their children endlessly to death and quite literally are the cause of their children's death, or people who love their best friends, but they just don't have the capacity to keep up with these friends sometimes, and doesn't make their love any less valid. But this kind of veers away from the conversation of the definition of love. There has to be some sort of awareness for not just oneself. It kind of muddies the water a little bit to talk about love as if it is a self-centric thing, because it is an outward expression for a lot of people. And I feel like that's how it can be experienced best a lot of the time, is when it's shared in a healthy way. But there's a lot of situations where love is used in the name of selfishness and kind of to root back to maybe sometimes control and the sort. But I personally would say love is understanding, a deep appreciation, and maybe in a way it's illogical, logical. You know where it came from, maybe you don't know why it's so strong, but it's goodness, I have such a deep appreciation for the things that I love in my life, but a lot of them I don't necessarily feel I need to act towards, or some of the things, like some of my closest friends, I haven't gotten to speak with in quite some time, or gotten to keep up with, but I still have this deep love for them, though I don't put the means to take that step towards them when I have the chance to, maybe. And that might just be on me, other things getting in the way internally that kind of prevent that. But
So,
That
would you
You go.
say that love is patient?
And kind.
it should be. Personally, I think it is, but if you're internally experiencing a love you want to deliver externally, then your expression of love needs to be patient. But if you are in a position where you are expecting or are in a situation where some sort of love might need to be reciprocated, and that's not coming, you don't need to be patient for that. If you need to express something on your own, you should. And if you are trying to be loved, you can't demand it, but it's always worth the conversation. Even if it's a tree. You can always
Love.
talk to a tree. I know a lot of druids out there that will say, "Hey, no, trees have the best conversations." I'm like, I've never even heard. I've never been able to talk to one. But
What druids are you speaking to?
there's. Let me take out my notebook. I have a few names, people I've talked to, and just because they
Every
all
plant
listen.
I have spoken to, plants are very matter of fact. It is not
Yeah.
a conversation about things being interesting. They will say the sky is blue. Trees, they just watch things. This is what.
Now that out of the armor, like through this whole conversation, he's been getting beat red randomly, and like the cause his eyes widening. He is so much more like before there was no emotion, anything, and now it's very clear that Maple is a very reactive person and does not hide that well. Hence the low ass charisma. He has no poker face. So to a lot of this, he's been like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, he looks visibly angry, being like, "Who's saying trees are having interesting conversations? I've spoken to many trees."
Let me tell you, there's a bunch of druids out there just vaping.
I will say, maybe you're not asking certain trees the right questions. And this is not a saying that you aren't asking the questions that don't need to be answered, but maybe you're not asking questions that you have an answer you don't mind is different than the one you're thinking.
And
Like,
what would you ask a tree?
how many people came by over the past 200 years? And if they're watching, normally, that's cool. That's some cool fucking trivia, man. I mean, I don't know what's going on with these trees, but I like hearing the cool little tidbits, like an etching on a rock from a giant you've never met.
I did not hear the word etching. Anyway,
You're such a goon. Don't do that.
oh, cute. Also, I've just realized, none of you can see this, but on the stream, because of where the overlay is, if I stand like this, I've got a little halo above me.
Aw.
Very cute. Also, vaping druids now canon.
Instead of pipes, it's just druid. It's druid craft, and you don't know what's inside of those carts, man.
One of them casts
Alfred
gaseous
did.
form, and they just pass him around for a while.
Go into my pipe.
I have something maybe to contribute to the conversation, but it's kind of from a different angle. So,
Please.
so
Yeah.
you guys are satisfied with the what Zenite was bringing up. I feel like to define love, you need context because the common language only has one word for 1,000 different things. Other languages have very specific terms that are referring to different types of love, and they're all very different. Like some are referring to platonic love, some are referring to unconditional love. Then there's like the sexual passion love, so on and so forth. So circling back to just language and defining words, I think love is a very contextual thing, and it's really impossible to just give a definition for love without knowing what you're talking about.
I think related to that, it's also different whenever you are feeling love versus actively loving. Like, that's also a difference. So, like, if you're feeling love, you feel safe and special and cherished, almost like you're wrapped in a warm blanket. Like feeling love is like a hug, assuming that doesn't make you feel smothered. But like if you're actively loving someone, it's more of you are choosing to be the blanket, even on days where you might, you know, feel a little ragged, or, you know, like to keep up the blanket, you know, metaphor, like if you're feeling frayed, it's like actively loving is taking care and doing small things that show that, even if it's hard, because their happiness means as much to you as your own. And by their, it doesn't have to be another person, but, you know, a lot of times it is, but it can also just be, you know, animals, or, you know, things. I know in the context of a thing, it wouldn't actually be, you know, its happiness, but it could be its like, what's the word? I'm blanking.
Like maintenance
Like,
on the
yeah,
thing. Like if you
yeah,
want a thing and if you'll take
yeah,
good care of it.
yeah. You know, like, yeah. So you care about its state of being, regardless of what it is.
I know. I want to throw this out there. Jakey, you commented on it in the voiceless chat. I was thinking about
Mhm.
how so many people still have like their baby blanket, the blanket that wrapped them up in the hospital,
Mhm.
and I still have mine.
Mine is literally right behind me, behind this green screen.
Oh.
I'm so glad about that. That's like I know some people that are like, I've never had mine. I was like, I felt sad because of that. And the one I have, it's currently in storage somewhere, but I had it for the longest time. It's maybe like literally a meter by a meter. Oh, that's so adorable.
Aw.
My mom has my brother and sister's baby blanket, but not mine.
The big point I wanted to make sure, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
Okay. I was gonna say the big point I wanted to kind of bring up there is like that thing is pretty fucking tattered to the point where like as a kid, like a hole got into it, and I didn't see it as like the blanket's ripping. I saw it as, oh, my baby blanket's now a cape. It's like I appreciated the holes that started to appear in this thing without realizing that's what I was doing in a way. So it's like I still have it. It still has the big hole at the one corner of the blanket, and it still fits my massive fucking skull. And it is one of my favorite things in the entire world. I don't even associate it with being like, oh, this is the blanket I was wrapped up in. This is just the blanket I've had for so long. And it feels exactly as you had described. And I don't think my blanket even knows that it's ragged. I don't think I let it feel like it feels ragged. It doesn't have emotions. It's a blanket. It can't feel that.
It's literally part of the fabric of your life, literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the sense that it's been with you for so long that, like, it's, you know, even though it doesn't physically grow, it's grown with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I've also seen somebody post online, this is my baby blanket, and it's like a 4-inch piece of cloth that's like, yep, this is all that's left. In very similar vein, there's a quote I've been trying to figure out how to incorporate into this, not to derail this from in-character talking more, but there's somebody who was like, I have this old Garfield plushie that I've had for like 15, 20 years. And they found the same one, still packaged, brand new, got it. And you can see night and day. The other one's like, it's crushed up. The eye paint has worn off, so it looks like its eyes are closed. And it looks happy compared to the new one. And someone said, to be loved is to be changed. And to be loved is to be open up to that love. And I like that. This is a good conversation, guys. Keep it going. All right.
Maple uses druidcraft and makes big old blankets over everyone. Just like they just start like
Quilts!
weaving and stuff. Just makes big old quilts and stuff.
Fucking love
Can we
quilts.
each like describe our own blanket? Like what they turn into?
Yeah.
Okay, mine is like chenille blue with like those like tufted little clouds on it.
Jakey's like, I need this blanket.
I think mine Zenites would look like a bunch of old flannel shirts that have either gotten torn up the sleeve, buttons fallen off, and like repurposed to be put into this nice, like true flannel comforter type quilt. The stitches around each of the squares or triangles for each of the panels of flannel are in different color, like a new one was added on across the journey. Even if this is just being created in the moment, it's all the stitches are of different fabric, different maybe twine at times, different string, and it feels very broken in off the bat. Like it's not like a hard fabric. It feels like it's very crushed and very, very, very soft and almost faded in certain spots. That's Zenite's blanket.
I don't know what Trixie's would be. I feel like Trixie's would have to be. I think more so how like you said that like you've seen people post about like it's like a 4-inch square of what their baby blanket is. Like I kind of feel like that's like what Trixie's would be, just because I feel like given how she was when she was very young, like I feel like that seems like some like a source of comfort that she would not have been allowed to have. So it probably was like just like something small that she'd be able to like keep. Like part of me, like whenever I think about, like I just imagine like she has it and then like they bust up into the room for like an impromptu check, and then like they find the blanket, but she like sort of like, I don't know, she manages like to keep a piece of it as they're like snatching it away or something. But because of that, like it's just sort of like a dingy, frayed, like handkerchief, basically, at this point. Because she also travels a lot, and so it made her sad whenever that happened, but also it just sort of it made it a little bit easier to travel with. You know what I mean?
I couldn't imagine being Maple, like having Drew crafting these quilts and like whatever causes them to take the form that they do. The one for Trixie comes out and it's like, I don't know what happened here.
I think seeing that though, like Maple would kind of like tilt their head, and because Maple's is literally like a tan, like those kind of like waffle thick knit like blankets. Like it is the most fucking. There is no character to it whatsoever, but it's like, oh yeah, that's Maple's blanket. I think Maple just puts that on Trixie's shoulders. Then if Trixie just has like the little piece thing, and then Maple just kind of sits down.
Thanks.
What does the Sirens look like? I'm very curious.
I mean, my initial answer is it looks like my blanket, which is not a blanket that I had when I was a kid. I don't have any memory of a blanket from when I was like a wee bab. The only thing I have from when I was a wee bab is my teddy bear, who is same age as me. He's slightly older and he's always held against me. His name is Toby, and he's currently sitting on my bed. being a lazy little fuck. Oh,
Oh my god.
a sweet boy, a sweet baby.
Oh, I've been holding off, but fuck, now it's got me. Oh, god damn it. Now I'm crying.
All right.
Now we're all fucking doing
okay,
it.
all right. I'll be back. I'm gonna go grab the bear, and I'm also gonna grab the blanket because the blanket's got a cute story behind it, and I think you'll like it. So, how about you tell us about that bear whilst I'm gone?
Oh, easy. I'm sorry you're gonna miss out, but you'll hear it maybe. So I've had this bear for as long as I know. Essentially, in my consciousness, same as that baby blanket I have. This has worn it that blanket as a cape before. Never had a name until something ripped in the bottom of this foot, and all the beads, because it's weighted by beads. All the beads fell out, and so I was bummed out for it. I don't remember actually that happening, but my mom brought this over to my aunt. She stuffed the foot back up, replaced the padding, so the padding on the bottom of the feet is different. And this one foot is super heavy. This one is filled with like cotton or some sort of stuffing material, and so he's been known as Heavy Foot ever since.
Aww.
That's very
That's so cute.
Yeah, love this little thing. Oh,
Jakey's had the pleasure of meeting Toby.
So cute.
Because I was like, I'm going international. This bad boy's coming with me.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, so my initial reaction was it's going to be this blanket. This was a present from... My parents went on holiday somewhere. I can't remember where. They bought a blanket for me and a blanket for my great-grandmother. And my great-grandmother said it was the softest blanket in England. And it's something that me and my mum still kind of like mention every so often. My mum was like, I couldn't remember what your favourite colour was. So I just got you a blanket with all the colours on.
You got called out very...
Aww.
That's
great.
so cute.
That's so cute.
It's great. I love it.
That's such a
Jakey's
cool
like,
blanket.
I need it.
I was gonna say, I love that blanket, and B, there's a thing I really want to say the second I see that blanket, but I don't like the person that says it.
Oh, is it the water that made the frog?
Like, turn the friggin' frogs into a blanket. Also, okay, so Lithui's thing is space, right?
So yeah,
Like
so my initial gut reaction was colourful frogs. I do think his blanket would be quite a traditional elven design. So like the kind of like we all been done new, the kind of like the greens and the greys and those intricate little patterns. I feel like that would very much be kind of his vibe. Yeah, because as much as look, we all know who Lithui is at this point, right? We all been done new.
Who?
Rias.
No, it's correct.
Yeah, it's Rias. It's actually Rias. So the green
that's
makes
good.
sense because of the fake. No. Yeah, I mean, obviously he has a connection to kind of like Celestia and Astrophel and the stars and stuff, but from his actual life, his life before all that, I think it would be more related to that. Because that's who this person is. This is Lithui before all of the things.
Could I make a pitch for after?
Absolutely. No! No, I know exactly which blanket you're bringing out, you motherfucker. This is a very comfortable blanket. This is a very comfortable blanket.
Yes.
Aw.
Wow.
Hang on, wait, hold up. Hang on.
Wow.
I'm so glad.
Every
Wow.
Prop comedy, visual gag. What's up?
time. The minute that you got up, I knew exactly what you were doing. And I was like, I done did this to myself. But yeah, and I think, like, as these blankets emerge, Yeah, Lithwi's is extra large. Absolutely.
Yes.
Big blanket. And I think he definitely kind of offers some of the blanket to Trixie if she wants some, and then to Maple, because Maple's on the other side as well.
That is all right. You and Trixie can share that blanket.
It is now super apparent when Jakey did that as Maple, that Maple does exactly fucking that now. Just this
Delightful.
little scrungly Lorax looking dwarf. Just
Wonderful. Incredible.
Maple the wingman.
I was just about, you beat me by half a second. He was gonna go sit by Kiddo and and be like,
I do not need to turn into a bird to be a wingman.
Thank you for the
Incredible. Yeah. Also, fun fact: I cannot find a picture of this material online for love nor money. Like straight, I cannot find a picture of it anywhere. I know Jakey's gonna immediately search and find it. I know. He's locked in. But yeah. Yeah, as you all kind of sit and get comfy under these little blankies.
Oh my god.
You found it. Oh my god. Speedrun.
somebody hit the timer. How fast?
Speedrun.
How fast was that? Somebody hit the timer.
Speedrun. What are these?
We'll need to
are
check the
these
frames
bed
from the
sheets?
recording.
Are these bed
Whoa.
sheets? If they're bed sheets, I need them.
There's a full.
fabric
There's a full.
is- The fabric's on Etsy.
Oh my god.
I
Well,
want to invert these colors.
well. Spoiler alert, I know what I'm getting. About to get me some motherfucking fabric. Anyway, yeah, I think,
Well, the link said it was on Etsy. I'm looking now.
delightful. You know how earlier I said this episode was, quite unhinged? Boy, did I not know what I was talking about.
No, I think you are still correct. In a good way.
It's true, it's true. Delightful. Wonderful, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, Lithwi kind of so we've established that the word is too broad for definition, but also that individual definition within that is still possible.
Like this whole conversation.
I mean, you don't have to shoot through the house on that one.
What?
Don't worry, it's a meta joke, dear, don't worry.
What?
I got nothing.
You spoke of feeling love versus the act of loving. What ways do you show love?
Listening. I think that's the root of it all, is observation and acknowledgement of said observation. Without doing so, you will not be able to understand or act within the best interest of the subject of your love. And then from there, that's the context you can use to put towards how you show it. Changes with each and everything, each and every person that has that feeling. Like, I'm maybe just now realizing. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, there's a very I think it's very important. Like, I think you're right that it's listening, but I think sometimes people get confused with hearing with active listening.
Absolutely.
Like you can hear, but you're not going to retain any of that. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. But if you're actively listening, that also involves seeking clarification and true understanding. And I think that's another big part of that.
As you say that, I almost said Rias.
Right, something goes out of nowhere.
Rias goes, boom, bingo. Zenite does that actually instead.
It's like, why did my voice go really high all of a sudden?
Man, I don't know what's going on, but bingo. But yeah, no, he looks like so emphatically encouraged, not encouraged, like there's a heavy agreement and excitedness in that agreement, as you bring up specifically active listening. And as you finish saying that, Trixie, right, I almost said it again. Zenite stands up and says, absolutely, 100%. Yes. Thank you. Important clarification to put on that. Sits back down, blanket over shoulders.
Can I ask a odd question, Siren?
Of course. I mean, I've been asking odd questions all day.
Why was this on the job board? You are allowed to come talk to us and spend time with us, are you not?
Yes, I am. But when I'm engaging someone in a conversation that may how do I put this? A conversation that reaches deep. I feel like there should be an element of preparedness compared to just a casual chat. If I had been the one to approach you and started asking these questions, you may have felt a little caught off guard, a little less comfortable. Whereas preparing the space, perhaps you felt a little more control coming into this.
Thank you for doing that, then. This has been a nice conversation.
It has. I enjoy seeing other people's perspectives. And you are all very enlightening people.
Thank you.
Well, you don't really have any more deep and probing questions. If anyone else has anything they'd like to ask, now's the time.
I do have something, but I can hold it in case anybody has something that's more important, because this is not that important of a question. But anybody have anything at the moment?
I have a fun question. Doesn't have to be first, but Siren, what is your favorite word?
My favorite word. is a good question. I think my favorite word is heart. It's delightful in many languages. And in any context that it's used, it's very revealing.
Mabel doesn't ask a question, but like while Xenite getting ready to ask a question, there's just like a hand on the back of Trixie's back and just slowly moves Trixie closer to Lithwy.
I don't fight it at all.
I'm gonna roll perception to see if I can see this. Is that okay? Is this gonna be a sleight of hand roll?
I have a +4 on stealth. Damn. 7.
Well,
I have a +3 on perception. I rolled a 4, so 7.
Is this what we call a good old-fashioned roll-off, partner? Woo!
Don't call me late for dinner.
Well, that's a 10-14. Sonny.
Don't do this to me.
No!
It rolled an 11.
Son of a bitch!
I gotta
You know what?
go.
This next one, hey DM, can I use guidance?
You know what? No. This next one.
Fuck!
This next one is just the D20 roll. You are just a
Ooh,
D20 roll.
flat
Oh,
roll, flat roll.
easy.
Flat roll.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna use the giant boy. This is gonna go all over my desk.
It's absolutely gonna go all over you.
Oh,
Yep,
God.
there it goes.
Nope, it's gone.
It's
okay.
gone forever.
Okay, one more time. No, you know what? I'm gonna do it flat on D&D Beyond. I'm gonna do it right there.
I'll
you know-
match it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know what? D&D Beyond showed me that 7. It stopped on a 1. My heart stopped for a second. 13.
Okay, so I don't notice. I'm getting up to like kind of just like stretch a little bit here. I just jumped up and sat back down and kind of got all wound up. So trying to unwind. Stands up. All right. So yeah, I was actually gonna ask. Have you been? And I start walking towards the direction that Trixie and Maple are, like bringing his attention over that way. Because it was going to be the other way. Try to hopefully take his gaze and walk the other way if I noticed. That little community that we helped kind of create for those woodland animals. Have you been back there since it's been made?
I haven't. No.
Oh damn! All right.
Why is it?
I was going to ask if you knew how it's doing. I haven't actually been back to check, and I'm thinking I might have to go ask Aaron about that.
I mean, it's if you think of it and turn around, it will be there.
So you're telling me it's standing right behind me right now?
Yeah, you turn around and you can see in the distance there's a small community that you built.
This room was just maybe like 20 feet over that way and shut a moment ago, and now it's a whole. I'm gonna go look at the woodland. I'll be right back.
Yes, Kato, can you also help me in the woodland? We need to find animals.
There's huge beads of sweat pouring down Maple's brow.
Beat red.
It's safe there. We need to do this, Kato. We need to leave with this intentional purpose that we have.
Oh man, this forest got trampolines now.
Wow, trampolines.
Wow,
That sounds
sounds like-
delightful.
So much fun. So much to catch up on. Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
shit,
go
a
see how
Ferris
it's
wheel.
doing.
Yes, Maple, face beat red, huge beats, and just starts like walking towards the little cabin and stuff.
Every time you do that voice, I get really worried about you. Because it sounds like you're either going to burst a vein, pull a stomach muscle or something, or just shit yourself. Like,
That was too perfect.
Timing.
See, comedy comes in threes. Unless you're shitting yourself, then
Then that's the fourth
that's just a full surprise, baby.
hey, no, that's not true. Sometimes you know you're shitting yourself. Like, and sometimes you think it's a boomer's mobile phone. Anyway.
It's a boomer in some way.
Very good.
10 out of 10. So, whilst Maple is shitting themselves, I'm just imagining the little walk away is as if you are shitting yourself actively and just like.
Oh, absolutely. Maple's butt is so clenched that he could open a pickle jar with it. Like if he farted, it would go up in his body.
That's not a skill. That's circumstantial. It's not a skill.
Incredible. Yeah, Trixie, you and Lithria are left alone. You need to stop.
So Trixie has actually, like, as soon as she sort of saw what Maple was doing, she immediately went inside of her head. And she's like, "Okay, this is your chance. Be cool." And I think she came up with something kind of neato, based off of his favorite word. So as they're walking away, Trixie's just sort of gonna kind of turn towards them, and this is she's gonna still she's gonna be confident, but she's also going to be softer, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean? And so yeah, she's just gonna be so you've already seen more of my heart than anybody else has. And I'd really like to share more of that with you. But I'd also love to learn more about your heart and what makes it unique. If you'd be interested in that one day. I know I'm just a mere mortal. That's fine.
There is nothing mere about mortals. And certainly not you.
Thanks.
That's all we can play. Sorry.
Trixie can't, as soon as he said that, Trixie could not help it because it's just habitual. She just sort of adjusts her.
Adjust the ladies. Let's go.
Yeah, she just she can't help herself. It's just ingrained in her.
Jakey, please. I'm trying to put the riz on my friends here. Come on. Be cool, bitch. Be cool. My reluctance isn't from a lack of interest. I simply feel that I don't know that I can provide you with the security that you need to allow yourself to be more open. I feel like you need to be more open with yourself.
Maybe we could just keep it friendly, just keep it above board. Because I think part of it is also that I worry that left to my own devices, I won't push myself to be more open and honest. But even if it's just, we meet up every now and then and you ask my opinion on words, you know what I mean? I feel like that could help. Because whether or not I have just never allowed myself the opportunity, or I just allowed circumstance to be, the reason to hide behind it. It is hard to be open, and it's scary, and I think when there are hard, scary things, that it's better to endure that with somebody.
I agree.
And so it doesn't have to be you really providing any sort of anything other than just being a sounding board for my own thoughts, like a slight guide in the way it, while you're also, exploring words.
So you want me to be your therapist?
No, that is not what I said. I definitely don't want you to be my therapist, because ultimate goal, that
Good.
is not above board.
Very much not good at therapy. I see the connections you've made with these people here. And I know that for you that is a big step. Not only being vulnerable with me, but with them. I think you're right. I think that change is terrifying. And being open is terrifying, especially when you've been open before and you've been hurt by it. And I think that having people in your corner will help you. And I think those three in particular are wonderful people to have in your corner. But I also think that it would be my honor to sit and chat with you every once in a while.
So when should we meet next?
I suppose this would be the time when I say something cliche like, I'll have my people talk to your people.
I'd rather you just talk to me.
Fair enough. Well, I know that Aaron has a final task for you all. Once that is done, we'll figure out some logistics. Sound good?
Okay. Sounds great. I actually need to talk to Aaron anyway.
Fair reason. I believe
All right.
that she will have plenty to both say and to listen to from all of you. I meant it, though. And the best part of you is the fact that there's only one of you. You are delightful, Trixie. I look forward to getting to know you better.
Me too. I think at that, Trixie's going to get up and try and find Aaron. Well, she's gonna go to her part of the bedroom first, and she's gonna get that stupid locket.
Okay. We will briefly turn to the rest of the group.
Shit! I just found this cool hedgehog. He's blue. Oh my goodness! Just like what we were talking about earlier. Oh man! Oh, this one's cool. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? I didn't know you guys were coming over this way. Oh,
Kato and I just played it so cool, I think.
oh fuck yeah!
Yes, hi, and there is 5 there. We did it, yes. Many high fives. We were sneaky, and that we had wings.
You did great, Maple.
You still like sound like you're gonna shit yourself. Like I'm really concerned for you.
Maple
gonna
is
come
still
down.
Maple is aware that Maple thinks they just lied to a god, and so is like the mislead, the bait and switch, because Maple this entire time has been just honesty incarnate, saying things that are a little too honest. So now Maple is just like beads of sweat down, like it just pouring. He's got a river of sweat going down his back, and he just looks like he's so fucking stressed that he's gonna be made.
Honestly, fair and reasonable. Yeah, the community around here has in fact got trampolines and a Ferris wheel. Where the Ferris wheel came from, who fucking knows?
They thought it.
I love animals so much.
The thing is, it's a Ferris wheel, but it's a Ferris wheel for sparrows, so it's only about that.
Yeah.
A Sparrows wheel?
A Ferris wheel, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
100%.
Is it maybe like 10 feet tall and like just all right?
Oh no, it's
Look at
genuinely
them go.
like this big.
They set up a flea circus. Look.
Oh, they're unionizing. Ah, shit. You know what? All power to you.
Would either of you like to talk to the animals? I can translate for you.
Oh, that's horrifying.
What?
I got it.
You just talked about talking to trees, and that's horrifying to talk to animals?
Trees don't got blood. They're not that sentient. They give you history. They give you definites. Animals can be horrifying, I think. I don't know.
Trees don't got blood? Were we in the same campaign?
Not Zenite.
You got a point. You got a point.
Rice is
You're
here
right.
like, hi guys, I'm on the Ferris wheel. I don't know how I got here, but I am.
What are all these Easter eggs?
They do have bowl of apples here.
I'm high as balls.
Then I won't make you talk to animals if it stresses you out.
No. It's all right. Where's that
What?
hedgehog? I need to ask him something about chili dogs.
I cast speak with animals, and I pick up a hedgehog. Whoa, dude! Whoa, what's going on? Why are you lifting me? Man, you're talking so slow. Whoa!
You must go faster.
Time to speed up.
Can't put a TM after these ones. How much can we use?
That's it. We're off the air. Let me tell you. It's fine. The campaign's over. Like a session in a little bit. Don't worry.
Gotta hit him with the.
Oh gosh.
It's the face as well. Like, come on. Whilst you are all assaulting a hedgehog.
Whoa!
Whoa! I have rights.
Whoa! Please! I have a family. Don't assault.
My union dues. Really, unionize. Thank you. It should be in the set.
Oh, we can play.
Yeah. If anybody in England wants to unionize, I have a phone number on a stress ball.
I love it was so blurry. So it's like, hey, if you need to unionize, by the way, don't.
Check out these nutrition facts.
Who the fuck do I think I am? Telling people that they can unionize and then not giving them facilities to do so. Who am I, Elon Musk? Anyway.
Don't even make that comparison. He's gonna hear you and he's gonna complain.
Yeah, because Elon Musk watches this show.
He does.
You never know. You never know.
You know,
He might one day.
You know how fucking wild it would be thinking about Elon Musk malding while he's watching a bunch of us play fucking Dungeons, or just being like, man, fucking, I just love Dungeons. Oh, they're talking about me.
Whap, 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 whap.
Honestly, I feel like Elon Musk has got bigger problems than me shit talking him on a D&D stream. You know?
Yeah, his failing cars, all that. I don't know.
Anyway, whilst this is going on, yeah, Trixie, you take a little detour, you head back out, and you find that the pavilion is once again empty, as if by magic, save for a chair in which Aaron is currently sitting and making a few notes in a little notebook. And as you approach, she kind of looks up and smiles. What can I do for you?
Hi. I was just wondering, is there like a postal service or something? Or like, do you have a way to like magically return something to whence, like, you know, to where it came from?
It's funny that you should mention that, because returning lost things is my specialty.
Nice. Okay. Can you return things without saying why it was gone?
Absolutely.
All right. Here, this belongs to Heather.
Most of the time when something that was lost is found, people don't really ask why. They're just happy that it's back.
Cool. Thanks.
So, you and Lithwy, huh?
Well, maybe. I did say that we would keep it all above board, but between you and me, maybe not for a long time. Maybe, hopefully. But he's cool. Yeah, I like him. Like, actually.
Well, be gentle with him. He might be the god of love, but he's just as fragile as any mortal.
Okay. I think I can do that.
Good. Now, one last thing to do, and then it's time for your reward. And she stands up from the pavilion and gestures for you to follow as she walks back to where the room is, and you can see there are, much in the same way as your first task, there's a circle of chairs, each kind of suited to your comfort level and tastes. And she gestures for you to take a seat. The three of you, as you are fucking assaulting a squirrel, I guess. Just there's a squirrel who's like got two tails. It's just like, I'm so confused. I thought I was a fox.
You'd have 9 tails at that point.
Unhand me!
You guys see, not too far away, Erin kind of like waving to get your attention. And she beckons you over.
Sorry, squirrel, gotta go.
Bye.
Aye. All right.
Some animals are not very chatty if you just pick them up. That is my own bad. I am a little nervous. Do you think Aaron knows that I may have bent the truth?
Hand on shoulder. As my hand rises, it's covered in like cuts and band-aids from picking up hedgehogs around. Yes. And it's all right. Or not, I don't know. To both of those. But you're probably fine. You're not dead.
You were not being truthful, but not for a bad purpose, and hopefully Aaron can identify that.
Has anyone told either of you that you are not very good at comforting someone who is nervous? This has made me more worried. It's now going over Maple's like, Aaron, I have done something wrong. That's what he shuts the whole way while it's working.
We just kind of look at each other and like shrug our shoulders like, I thought that was kind of comforting.
Yeah, I mean, I love what you said. I mean,
Maple dear, what's wrong?
Maple, just a snotty nose, like eyes going, yeah. I lied to Lithwy. I deceived him. Well, I did not actually want to leave or need to leave with Kato. It was a lie.
Was it?
I needed you to leave. It wasn't a lie.
It's not that you lied about needing to leave. You wanted to give your friend some privacy.
By lying.
But you didn't lie. You said you needed to leave. That need was born out of a desire to give your friend some privacy.
Just instantly, like, up back immediately. I just, you were right. I did a good and right thing today.
that's what we were saying.
Oh.
Literally what we said.
Definitely is what we said.
I need to remind you, the reason I understand anything anyone is saying at any point is because there is a bug on me. I do not speak common. All the nuanced things you are saying, they make as much sense as something that does not make sense.
Oh, working on metaphors. Love it. Perfect.
What?
Especially in the comment. What? Cheers.
Cheers. Maple sits in his chair.
I feel like I, the DM, want to make a comment about things going over Maple's head, but, you know...
I would be too quick. I would catch them.
Well, you're not wearing your armor, so I mean...
Oh, yeah. He's not anymore, so Maple's chair is... He climbs up his chair, and he's doing the thing where he hikes his leg up.
The chairs, I specifically said the chairs are to your style and aesthetic, so if you want the chair to be that tall, that's on you, bud.
I think Maple's still in the mindset that he is big robot, so yeah, he absolutely has too big of a chair. But also Maple likes to sit when he has like the big old blanket. Tall. Yeah, exactly. It slowly becomes like a high chair. No, but like Maple's blanket and stuff is that like thick like knit stuff. Like Maple likes like big like baggy like clothes and stuff like that. So like having like a big old chair like that's Maple would like that. Maple's chair is one of those things at a cornfield. Have you ever seen those giant chairs they set up at cornfields to take pictures? It's like massive.
As you're getting in your chair, Zenite says, "Feeling like you are in that big armor."
A little bit, yes, it is. This is the longest in 97 years I have been outside of that armor.
Would you say that armor kind of felt like a bit of a ragged blanket around you at times?
Yes.
Would you want a hand in building a new set of armor?
Ooh. Yes, but I would like one that is not as much a shell, and some that is more comfortable, like the armor you wear.
This stuff's chafes.
Oh, then I will help you make your armor more comfortable.
Wait, who's helping who? Hold on.
We will work together. We are a team. Today we
Teamwork.
talked about hearts and what words mean.
Blue.
Blue.
I wrote down the number 6 in my notebook. I don't know what that's all about, but
Oh, it's a 6. I thought you drew a tadpole.
no, it's not 9.
As you all take a seat, Erin also sits opposite you all. Smiles as she puts her hands up there. So, it's time for your end of week review. And that's where we're going to pick up next time.
Oh no.
We're in the end game now, motherfucker!
Bum 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 ba.
You said we're in the end game now, and I just see Jarvis prepare the goon chair.
Jarvis, prepare the goon chair.
Thank you, Paul Bettany.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm sad, obviously. This has been a very fun campaign, but yeah, the next session is going to be the interns giving feedback, receiving feedback, and getting their rewards. Yeah. I love the fucking side eye that you're giving me. Because the very first thing that I asked all of you when we started this campaign was, what is the thing that you want more than anything?
Oh, I don't remember what I answered.
Oh.
I remember what I answered.
Let me go back and check.
It's because that's going to have changed over the course of this. That's what this is all about. It's learning.
It's growth. But yeah, thank you all to all of you for being here. Thank you to our viewers for watching. Chicky, please. Swear to God. Yeah, and we will catch you not in 2 weeks, but next week. Exciting. For the finale. Oh God. So sad it's ending. But yeah. Catch you later, friendos.
Say bye. Bears can't talk. Oh shit!